Alright, so this is going to be the framework for the next building I'll do. Here's the main section of the world. I'm trying to build a city-like area. So I've got, the beachfront property that I've modeled after historic Miami. So it's a combination of like New York City style and Miami. This was like a random building. I think this was the first building I did. This big one I made because I think you spawn here, so I made the like when you spawn into the world, it's somewhere here. So this is obviously the biggest tower in the city, and it kind of goes through the big main road, very open. Like a receptionist area here. I think it was supposed to be like a little tiki hut, or like a little storefront on the first floor. So second floor you've got the balconies, and you've got more balconies on top. Obviously this is the stairwell, so you go around to go to the next floor. Yeah, this floor doesn't really have anything, just another lantern. And on top you can actually see an aquarium. So yeah, you get a better view of the aquarium here. There's actually a little secret area on top where you can actually go inside the aquarium. So again, more of the balconies, but this one it's just kind of open-ended. No fencing, so if you want to fall off you can. This is also an extreme world or amplified world, so that's why you have a bunch of these floating rocks. So yeah, this part is kind of like a hotel area. So you've got the fridge, the bed, chest, workbench and furnace, and obviously inside it's just a hallway to a bunch of rooms. So yeah, just all the same kind of room. Some of them are actually bigger than others. Here's I think the secret entryway into the aquarium, and you see there's a few tropical fish here. I also tried to make it look kind of like a fish, so the bulb is there and then this is like the tail end. So yeah, hidden little entrance. Then more hotel rooms. I think these are where the bigger rooms are. This was supposed to be like a communal area. Yeah, and hidden chest with food. And I believe these ones... Actually no, these are smaller rooms. They don't have the balconies either. Yeah, so then you go higher up, and then you've got the secret golden chest area. So if you go up here, it's just, this is the penthouse room. And here we have the access hatch to, this is the secret, area with a bunch of gems and whatever. Fancy looking. And I think I was going to install a door here, but I never did. So yeah, can't really get outside this area. And then this, I think, was actually naturally spawned here, so I just kept the top of the floating island. There, that's a statue. It's supposed to be like the Statue of Liberty, but it's based on my guy. Instead of wearing an orange shirt, it's a green shirt with a little circle. So yeah, that's me, and that used to be me. So this was the big main building. The church was the newest building I made. This was the first building I made, which is sort of like an armor shop area. Here's the map of the world, most of it. Obviously it doesn't go all the way to over there. So I call this, the center plaza, going the other way, this way. That's the underwater city, which is currently just one long road to that tower. Oh yeah, and then there's the cave areas and the beach. So I've got the cave entrance. Made all, well lit, fancy, squared off. There's not too much to show off there. I think this is supposed to be somebody's secret underground dwelling. Made it pretty with a purple carpet. And yeah, I didn't really go much further. I just lit up the cave, so it's a naturally spawning cave that I kind of wanted to incorporate into sort of underground city. Here's a mining shop, so you know you can buy mining gear and TNT. Here I made a little fishing area. This is one of the newer builds I did. And obviously, no diving because the water is shallow. You could actually fish from here, safe from all the mobs. And here's another, you know, cavern area that kind of incorporates the white road. This is just a relaxation room. Here we've got the turtle that came here from the beach. More cave areas, some random underground stuff. Random person's residence. This person's house was another one of those random builds that I did. Kind of goes in and out of the cave system. Here it kind of exited the cave system. There was a naturally occurring staircase, so I decided to keep building upward like that. You know, the beach area goes there. You know, those are the little buoys that... Just a bunch of houses, so there's a lot to explore. That was one of the first buildings I did also. It's actually supposed to be like a lighthouse. So you kind of climb in through here. And yeah, this is another cave area that I don't know what to do with it just yet. Haven't really thought of it. You go up, then you go down. Yeah, I called it the Heavenly Tower because it was the tallest tower I built at the time. And I think I was actually watching Gurren Lagann or something like that, so it's like the drill that pierces the heavens, and it's like, no, this is the tower. So yeah, it just goes up here, and I was planning on building something here as well, but haven't really gotten around to that. Lots of, you know, potential projects here and there. You know, I also have this road that goes on for a while, nothing there. The docks here, so this is like a docking area right underneath the statue. I gave the statue a little nose. And you can see the redstone torch. This I decided to keep as sort of like a park area, and this is like a monk's house. And here we're entering the underwater city area. Also, I did add a bunch of those conduits so you could swim through the water if you're in survival. This world's also built to be good for survival. Everything's lit up. Over here, tree farm area. So this one I already had built, but since it's only oak trees, I also put in the glowstone blocks so they can't grow too tall. So you can always, you know, cut it down without having to build up any blocks. These are the two newest ones. You've got the spruce, I believe. Yeah, spruce farm, birch farm. Also using the patented glowstone technique to make sure that it doesn't grow too tall. This one is actually still underwater technically. You can actually see where it's underwater. So, you know, that's where the beach ends. But this one, it's entirely underground. And then, you know, we've got the metro station is over there, which I'll show later. This is just a flower shop, so you can see there's a bunch of, you know, flowers you can buy there. You've got the community tower farm, so each layer is a different plant. So, you know, wheat's on the first floor. I think that's potatoes, carrots, beets, and that's it. So yeah, not the most effective farm, but it's there. Also, if underneath all of this I did add pillars, so it's at least somewhat realistic. You can, I don't know how well you can see, but that's where the metro station, the railroad, goes off there, and it's got pillars underneath it to support it, make it look at least somewhat realistic. So then it goes, you know, forward a long way until you end up here, this big underwater area. And the reason why this area is big is, if I pull it up, this is actually, if you look at the XYZ, this is 0, 0. So if you ever get lost, you go to 0, 0, and there's a giant, you know, building there. I need to light this up later. So anyway, you can either climb up and you enter the tower, or you take the rails, which I'll take on the way back. So initially what I wanted to do is, you can sort of see the framework. It was supposed to look kind of like a spaceship, but then I thought it's not big enough. We need to go bigger. So I added this thing, this giant square around it, and then I decided that since it's so big, we should probably have, the railroad just go all the way to the top. So the railroad is built into the structure itself. And then I made it connect sort of, so it's got a bunch of pillars, make it look somewhat realistic. And, here's the top. You can either climb through the ladder all the way down. It's empty right now, but I do have plans to make, little shopping complexes in this area. And eventually also, since it's in the center, I was thinking of making kind of like a floating city here. So I've got floating city here, underwater city, above ground city, and then underground city there. So, all kinds of dwellings. So yeah, there's a bunch of little hidden secrets here and there. I think if you go from here, fly off in this direction, like 1,000 blocks, there's a little survival area that I used when I wanted to play survival. So I also made it so that there's the local, so it makes, stops in every area where there's a stop. There's the express, which makes few stops, and then there's the non-stop, which just goes all the way. So I think the express and local currently right now they're basically the same. And right now this has, this is the end, so it just has 3 of these to stop moving completely. But yeah, let's go for the local ride. And you can, see inside the building or look outside. This building took a very long time to do because I'd actually built it all by hand. I didn't use commands. So, bottom of the tower is the first local stop. The express stop doesn't stop here because that's the only difference I think so far, because it's not much traveling. And over there you can see the tower through the water. It goes through cave systems as well. And that's where I was walking earlier. But here I don't have to walk. Over here we also have another exit if you want to go from the water in. And over there is where the other parts of the underwater city area was. And then this will take you up to the above ground city. I made one of the buildings is the railroad station. So if you go to the second floor, you've got you've got 2 chests for, I guess, ticket sales or ticket receipts. And here it is, little train station tower or building. And these 2 are the office buildings. I think this one actually is a restaurant. The other one's an office building. So you've got the little purple themed restaurant. And the tall table. Decided that I didn't want to add chairs to the side, so it's basically for the executives. The executive table. And yeah. So, made it easily accessible from both sides. This one has like a bar area in the first floor, and then the rest of the floors are office themed, so it's like, the green cubicles. No, there's no computers to put here, but if there were, I'd probably put like office computer or papers, something like that. And this is, the conference area for all the meeting needs. And then here, it's, the executive's office, big desk. And here is like the library Just a bunch of books hidden away. And more books. You know, storing all those documents. There's no file cabinets, so may deal with this. So yeah, there are some more things to show off. But yeah, that's the important parts. You know, there's a few more things underground. You know, more roads that lead to nowhere. And this area was supposed to be like, you know, a park, gazebo. That's why it kind of has that look to it. You know, wood reinforced with metal though. That's it for this world.